Alright, what up, Metal Wani? This is Dallas here with Chris from fucking Suicide Silence. How the fuck are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, enjoying the cold weather.
I love it. Yeah.
So, we're on the 10-year anniversary tour of The Cleansing. What are your thoughts on The Cleansing 10 years later? Like, now that you've had time to let it digest, people respond to it, it's aged, seasoned pretty well. What are your thoughts on the album now?
Thankfully, not much has changed. You know, I still feel the same about the songs 10 years ago as I do now, which I think says a lot about the records. Just the song's so fun to play. It feels great. You know, we're still the same band. You know, we're still on fire, wanting to just be our best. So
yeah, it definitely held up real well.
Yeah,
comparatively.
Yeah.
So this is about partway through the tour so far.
Yeah, we hit 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, so what's the response been so far?
It's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought like at some point maybe like people might get bored at some point because it's like it's the whole record. Holy shit, we haven't played some of the songs, but people are stoked. You know?
Yeah.
And when we were playing the set, like it flies by.
I believe it.
Like before I know we're on the last song. I'm like, holy shit, we're already done.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you guys are not the only band to be doing 10-year anniversary tours. You got Black Dahlia Murder, Cryptopsy, let's see, August Burns Red, and all these tours. So, something that came up when I was at the Origin Bloodletting tour is Jason basically called all of you guys out, saying that these 10-year anniversary tours are just, quote, easy cash grab tours.
I actually 100% agree with that on most bands that are doing it, and we're not included on that list, so he could fuck right off.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting. Like that was.
Yeah. No, he's actually very right. He's very right. What I don't like about these tours is that people are promoting a record and not playing the fucking record.
Yeah.
And that's going on actually currently right now. There's I think two tours that are doing that. I'm not gonna name names, but.
No names.
I don't.
You guys got called out by name, so.
It's funny. I actually know Jason. He's cool, but fuck you. And when something feels right, you gotta do it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and the timing of it, and the way things work out, and how we enjoy playing the songs. Like it's like we gotta do this. We gotta do it.
For sure.
You know, it feels good. And now that we're actually out here playing the songs, it's like holy shit. I'm glad that we did this. But as far as the cash grab, I will 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
And bands that are not playing their fucking full record, and that's a cash grab, or like a celebration of we've been in a band for 10 years. Like fuck off, dude.
Right.
You are entitled to nothing, as I am. You know, I'm entitled to nothing. Just because we've been around for 10 years does not mean shit. You know, bands think that means something. You know.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years is a good chunk of time, but not as much. Like you don't see even Slayer running like 25 year anniversary tours. So the 10 years seems a bit short. The time frame.
Yeah, dude, like you got like your whole fucking life. Like 10 years is like a fucking week.
Yeah, it's a blip.
Yeah, it's nothing, you know. And I mean, I'm very grateful that we're still around.
Oh, absolutely.
But me being me and me being a part of the band I'm in, like, I'm not surprised we lasted this long, you know, because we all love playing music, you know. And you know, I'm thankful for it, but I don't feel entitled to anything, any money, anything.
For sure.
So.
For sure. So.
Fuck you, Jason. And I mean that with the most love and the most hate at the same time.
Yeah.
Do not call me out.
So what are your thoughts on the current state of death metal? Like all these new albums coming out, the way everything's evolved, how things have changed.
He might something very smart. Dude, that's definitely a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
You know, everyone is afraid to evolve. Everyone is afraid to be themselves. Everyone is afraid of losing money.
Right.
So it got to a point where it stopped being art, and it stopped being art, and it stopped being music. So at this point, it's just a bunch of noise, you know. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah. So speaking of evolving, you guys have definitely evolved a lot since The Cleansing, throughout the Black Crown and self-titled. So this is kind of like coming from being a long-time fan, even from back from like the self-titled EP that you guys put out in the beginning. So what changed between like No Time to Bleed and The Cleansing, going from like fuck your god, no pity for a coward, like pull the trigger bitch, go fucking kill yourself, Bludgeon to Death, songs about bad drug trips, good drug trips, genocide, and disengagement from reality, to songs like You Only Live Once and Slaves to Substance. It felt like kind of a complete 180. Like, what inspired that change, or what caused that change, or I don't know what happened.
I'm not sure what inspired the lyrical side, because I always 100% allowed that on Mitch, and as currently Eddie. That's how I've always been since the band started. Like, I let the vocalist do his thing. I don't ask questions. I don't try to get him, because I don't want him to try to get me.
So that's like his job, and you do your job. For sure.
So I don't know. That's probably where he was in his life, only because I could relate that to myself. I play where I'm at in my life.
Right on. So where else would we go? Okay. There's a few other weird things. Something that's kind of come up recently is the whole Eddie scandal with the 16-year-old and all that. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Oh man, I have no thoughts.
No thoughts.
It's crazy. We live in a crazy time, man.
Yeah, it's getting pretty weird.
It's
everybody's getting called out.
It's very weird. I actually know the girl, and she is a sweetheart. I met her. I personally didn't know her age, so it's none of my business.
Just classic honeypot.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And even no matter what you read, you have no idea what the fuck happened.
Right.
No one has any idea what happened. I don't know what happened.
Like, unless you were there, you don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's crazy.
Do you guys have a response as a band, like just sticking by Eddie and defending him?
Oh, of course. I always stick by Eddie. I mean, he, before anything else, he's my bro.
Right.
A band aside, if anything happened to me, anything. Like, I don't know, if I got caught with drugs in my car, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what? I would, the only people I have to have my back are my band and the bands, because what I call fan is like, if I get accused of something, which I know will happen at some point in my life, I don't know, like anything.
Yeah.
A cop could put drugs in my car, and people would think that I'm a druggie, but a fan would not judge your character. It'd be like, oh, wait a minute, what really happened? Because Korn has a song called "Poor You," and that's pretty much how I feel about bands. It's like they'll never know what goes on behind the scenes of what we try to do to put out the music that we put out. So, as respect back, if anything, just don't judge our character,
right?
Because we are human, and 100% of the people reading this and have read that do not have clean hands.
Oh, for sure.
No one, 100% of people that are putting comments do not have clean hands.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. It's just the only difference between us is we're in a light.
Oh, you guys gotta have your spotlight on you.
Of course, yeah. But I back Eddie because he's my bro.
Yeah.
I back Eddie. I back my band. I back the fans.
That's awesome.
If you're not a fan, fuck you. That's simple.
Fair enough. So I mean, on a lighter note, you guys have put out a fair amount of albums so far.
Yeah.
What's your personal favorite so far? Like, if you could play any album, take it on tour, play it in its entirety, which album would you pick?
I'm not sure about its entirety or anything, but I like our self-titled. I'm very proud of it.
For sure.
And one of those things that we're gonna stick by.
Yeah.
If it's us, we approach that record the same as all the others. So.
Yeah, and there was a fair amount of backlash on the self-titled, especially when you guys started doing the cleaner vocals.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've seen a lot of guys, especially larger presences in the death metal community, like particularly George Corpse-Grinder Fisher has been a big advocate of the self-titled, whereas a lot of the old school fans have been ripping on it. Like, how do you guys feel about the whole situation, like with all of that going on?
Hopefully that this makes sense, but I don't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
The amount it sold, I feel the same as our last record and record before that. I don't judge our art by how many records we sold or how much money I make. I've never done that since day one. And if people look at numbers and judge my music by that, or art, or bands, unfortunately they judge their sales and money and art at the same time. So it shows a lot where metal is. currently, which is very fucking scary. But I don't give a fuck. I don't. I feel the same. The last record as the Black Crown, as You Can't Stop Me, as a cleansing, as our demos. We did what we wanted at that moment in time, and we put it out to share with people and bands, and people like it, great. If not, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you write music for you, and then hope
course.
other people like it.
Yeah, I mean, we write music for the fans in a very different way that all the other bands do. They write record for the fans, and I'm using a quotation, to guarantee them a certain amount of income every 2 years. And to me, that's a fucking sellout. But to me, I write music for the fans as to do that, you got to write music for you first. Because I kind of put myself in the band's shoes, or anyone, or someone that listens to music. It's like, I'm like, oh, they probably listen to music in the car because I do, or in the gym because I do, or when they go through a tragedy in their life like I do, or a breakup. What do people do? They put on music.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if someone's driving to work and they put on Suicide Silence, I'm literally in the fucking car with them. And to do that, you gotta sacrifice everything and make music from your heart first, so you could relate your feelings to them.
Yeah.
You know, and when they're in the car driving, I'm literally in the car with them. When they're in the gym doing that last rep and they can't get that last rep up, I'm there.
Yeah, screaming at them like,
boom,
get it up, get it up.
When they're thinking, you know, very bad thoughts, and about maybe not, you know, being alive anymore, they put on SS, and I am literally whispering in their ear, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's how I approach a band thing.
Yeah.
I don't write for them, but I do at the same time, you know.
Makes sense.
So in order to do that way, you need to go all in inside yourself first, you know. And that's why I don't like metal, because I know you can't explain it, but I know how bands write, and I know how they approach the live show and all this bullshit, and it's not like that, you know. I wouldn't want to have surgery on me, like, and a doctor leave the room for like a minute,
right?
Or it'd be a hobby for them. You know?
That'd be scary.
That'd be fucking scary, right? You know, I approach music the fucking same way. You know, I'm right there the whole time that you have the music on.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Totally. And metal's not like that anymore, unfortunately. So
I mean, I can tell there's a lot of passion in what you do. And
oh, dude, that's Suicide Silence. We are passionate as fuck. You know, and that's also lots of metal. You know, this is our lives. This is me. I'm very passionate about it. I love music. I love the bands, and it's all I have. And so that's why, you know, I don't like anybody else, because I don't see the passion. I don't feel the passion. So. Yeah.
So then, what inspires you then? Like, if it's not so much metal anymore, what inspires you to write and create new material and new ideas? Like, where do those come from?
Everything. You're inspired walking down the street. You're inspired listening to your favorite band, music, or talking to people. Right now, I'm inspired. You know, so it's like what. That's just whenever I feel inspired, or depending on the time of my life, and usually I'll pick up my instrument, and then hopefully my mood, hopefully on a good day, my mood will come through, and then that mood will translate to a riff, and that riff will outlast the other 100 riffs I wrote in that course of 2 years, and it'll make it onto the band room. Now it'll make it to a record, and then people get to hear it.
Cool.
You know, so it's all whatever mood I'm in on that day, that moment, that just happens to make the cut, I guess, because we're very picky and we're very competitive. We have 3 layers, you know. Okay. One first is me. I'm competitive with myself. I only want the best for the band and the fans and myself. Then I'm competitive with the band, you know. Like I want to like not be better than my band members, but you know, like
kind of outdo them.
Yeah, you want to keep the fucking vibe going, and then as a show, you know, I'm out to pretty much destroy all the bands.
Oh, for sure.
And then that's why we lasted 10 years, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have played with a lot of very big bands over the years. Who's been your favorite band to either just play a single show with, or tour with, or just be a part of a show with?
That was it. Korn. I mean, we've been trying to tour with Korn like a whole career. That was like a goal of ours, you know.
They put on one hell of a live show.
Yeah, still do. They're still the best, man. I mean, if you're like a metal elitist, you can't hate on them. They destroy everybody. I mean, it's crazy. I still watch them. I'm like, fuck, damn it. But yeah, but they still inspire us. You know, they still, you know. I mean, Monkey is why, you know, I bought a Ibanez 7-string. Well, that's why I asked my dad to buy me one. You know, yeah, it's that tour was it. You know, you know, we've been working so hard to get there, and it seemed so impossible. And then we had tragedy happen with our band, and then for that tour to happen after that, it's just like a total like, what is real? It's like what?
Right, pretty bittersweet.
Yeah, it's like one moment like you're working hard to get there, then it's gone forever. Then you get there. Still, it's like holy shit, you know. It just goes like the show, like, you know, nothing can stop you. You know, it's just only you stop you. Mm-hmm. You know, that tour meant so much to us. You know, for so many reasons. You know, and it was they were playing their first record too.
Ah, that's awesome.
So it was like out of all the tours in their history, like that would be the one I would want to do, and we got it. Like holy shit, your thoughts become real, and people don't realize that. You know? So it's cool.
Right on. So
very
if you could tour with anybody else, anyone new that you haven't toured with, who would be the band that you'd want to go on tour with?
I want to do a real tour, not like a festival tour, because we've done this with them, but I want to do a tour with Slipknot. Ooh, yeah, totally. It would make the most sense, you know.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, they've inspired us a lot, you know. I love Sean Clown. His view on art and music are pretty much identical to mine. So I would love to tour that band. That's pretty much the only band that's on my radar, honestly. Of course, there's like obvious bands like you want to tour, like, you know, Metallica and shit, but like
sure,
Slipknot would be the most to me because they were my second favorite band when I was 13. Right. So I got into Korn got me into Slipknot, and then my fucking head just blew, and then Slipknot got me into like Cannibal Corpse, and then Death Metal, and then it was
just downhill from there.
That was it from there. So so the tour, and we toured with Cannibal already.
Yeah.
So like Slipknot thing is like the last
big one
boom,
to get.
Boom, yeah.
Well, let's see. Hopefully we can make that happen.
Of course, yeah.
Get the word out, you know.
Yeah, just all we gotta do is keep doing what we're doing, and that's what I can do. You know?
Yeah, just work hard, and eventually, things will come.
Yeah, work hard. It's no secret. Yeah. Hard work, and you gotta sacrifice everything. Yeah. When I say everything, I mean everything but your physical life. It's crazy.
For sure.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
So
I hope that inspires somebody.
Yeah,
you know?
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm on just on the common road that anybody could walk. You know,
it just takes time and effort.
Yeah, the only thing that separates bands from that do shit and bands that don't are the sacrifices. Because you'll be surprised how many people, when the opportunity comes, and the sacrifices that come up are opportunities for your band to grow. Mm-hmm. And I see it all the time, and it shocks me. I'm like, oh wait, because I just do it naturally, and I'm very blessed and grateful to have that gift. That like the gift of like the love for music and art. That when something comes up, I'm like, oh, I mean, I don't need that in my life. I'm gonna do this. I don't see it anymore, and that's another big problem with metal and music right now. It's like people aren't willing to make the sacrifices it takes to be in a touring band and write good art and good music. So all you gotta do is make sacrifices.
Right on.
That's it, and that's I'm gonna leave you guys with that.
So I mean, that wraps up my questions for you.
Cool.
I always like to leave a little bit of space at the end, give you a chance to shout out, call out, talk some shit, say hi to mom.
Cool.
Like basically some free space for you to say whatever it is that's on your mind.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. For anyone that wants to be in a band, it's a crazy journey. It's yours if you want it. What you gotta do is make the sacrifices as I said, don't be afraid to speak your mind, as you probably heard me, you know, talk shit, say fuck you to bands. You know, that's what's missing in music as well. You know, like, don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. If that's what you truly feel, speak it. And if people don't agree with you, then you're on the right path. If people don't like your band, you're on the right path. If people hate you, love you. That's what you want. And just do it. Because we need bands. We don't need bands. We need real fucking bands out here. Because, you know, regardless if you like me or not, you know, I do love this, and we are, you know, a band, a real band, and we sacrifice everything but our physical lives to do this for you and the fans and ourselves and our families, you know. And we need more bands like that, you know. Yeah. Bands that are headlining the fucking festivals right now are all bands that have made the sacrifices and have fucking done it from the heart, not the mind. It's from the heart, not the mind. You know, people have it fucking backwards. So good luck.
Awesome. We'll end it there on some wise words of wisdom.
Yeah.
So
I'm dumb now. I'm dumb.